This is a Mercedes S-Class from 1997. Hello everyone, my name is Marek, welcome to External Star Channel. Today I will be reviewing this beautiful Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 from 1997, black one in very good shape, made by Norev and very hard to find.
You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and actually today it's very dark outside, so I decided to do this review in my light box, so everything is nicely visible, clear, and better than if I just did it my usual way. I like this one so much, and it was so difficult to find it because recently I focused only on Mercedes-Benz S-Class and I'm collecting really every single one of them in the history, and I'm missing only a few of them right now, and this one was really missed in my collection and it was difficult to find it. So let's check now on eBay how many of them they have.
So let's check on ebay.com how expensive this actually is, and I will type here Norev S600 black. Let's see how many it will find, and I can actually see 4 results, but the first 2 of them, this is the new one, this is the W222, but I'm looking actually for the older one, and here we have only 2. So for the first one for $306, the second one $325. Quite expensive. They say here it's rarity, also rare here. They are sending it from Germany, so prepare 300. And there, of course, there are also some other colors like silver for 179, also gray 179, and then there are also other colors. Yeah, the cheapest one here is this light gray metallic US seller for $100, which is not so bad. And actually this one here, there is no color mentioned, but probably if we click on that, it's also a black one. Yeah, at least on the picture it looks like. And the price actually 300 British pounds, which translates to something like what was that, 350 US dollars, something like that, which is also very expensive actually. So these are the prices of the Mercedes-Benz S600 W140, and if you want to buy that, prepare a significant amount of money. And also don't get confused, because sometimes they say here something like gray metallic. When you see it for the first time it looks almost like black, but always please read the color in the description, and if there is no color mentioned, ask the seller, because you don't want to buy something that looks like black but then this cheap gray will come. Okay.
Alright, so let's start the review right now, and let's start on the very front. And here one thing which is not so nice maybe is this logo, which is very massive. It's big. You know, other models that I have, they have a tiny logo here, but this one is a little bit thick, and yeah, it's unusually thick, and I think also not realistic. Maybe that's caused by the fact that it was really produced a long time ago when they didn't have technology to really manufacture a thin logo here. Okay, but then the rest, you see here the license plate, and actually when I also check it from here, it looks quite well. It's just a sticker, but yeah, it's not so bad. And then what I like about this one is actually the front here and the front grille. And actually when I try to open it, I'm opening the whole cover of the engine, And inside you would be wondering what is there, but it's actually the whole engine. This is the V12. 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, that's 12 cylinders, and the most powerful engine for this S600. And you can also see some details here, like all the parts here are gray, the rest is black, and there is also the Mercedes-Benz logo, and here also the sign. Okay. What I don't like so much is this ventilator here, okay, and also the grill here. This is not really so fancy. And also, and if you watch my videos, you would already know that I like when the front grill is perforated, and this one is actually not. So if you close it, you don't see the ventilator behind it, and that's quite frustrating, isn't it? But it's Norev, and Norev is maybe not that good in manufacturing all those small details. Like Auto Art, for example, they always have the perforated grill. Okay, but now back to this part, which is the headlights, and you can also see those small wipers, and they are actually used just for the front lights, you know, and not so many nowadays cars would have this component here. Okay, so that's the front of the car, and now let me also check from the side. And as you can see, the car is quite long. It's also quite heavy, definitely more than 1 kilo. And here you can see the wheels, and actually this is like 22 years ago when this one was produced in reality, not the model, but I mean the real car. And back then they didn't have so nice wheels. Yeah, it's like you don't see anything. You don't see the brake disc, you don't see the brake calipers, you just see a big reflective, I don't know what is this, aluminum wheels, but not so nice from today's perspective. And then the rubber, it's not that soft, it's actually more, when I touch it, the feeling is more like I'm touching, you know, a plastic part, but not a rubber part. A little bit disappointed here. And then we also have this here, and that's actually another light, and yeah, it's quite nicely incorporated. Maybe you know that today all the cars have it here in the mirror, so I think there's also some kind of regulation that all the car manufacturers have to incorporate it here. So it's quite unusual to have the signal light here on the side. Yeah. Okay. And then actually, when I was looking for this model, I also saw many of them which were black all over here, but then they were gray in this zone, in this part, also gray here, and then it was really hard to find a one which would have everything black. And you know, when I collect the cars, I like when these cars are really only black and shiny, and this is the one. And I paid a lot for that, honestly. I paid incredible amount, but okay. And here you see this V12, and that's another sign that this is really an amazing V12 engine. And of course, if you try to open the gas door, it's not possible. Norev is not doing that. Okay, now the back side, and let me maybe change the camera angle a little bit, if possible. Yeah, to see it a little bit from that angle, because you would now better see maybe how wide this car is, you know. The width, amazing. So this is really a huge car, maybe one of the biggest Mercedes ever created. I think it's quite larger than the recent S-Class. Yeah, and when I touch here, there is a carpeting, so very nice. And they also did a very nice job in creating these lights here. So there's a combination of white and red, and there is also this nice those nice stripes here. I like it so much. There is a nice logo and in good proportions, and again this S600. Okay. What is quite interesting is back in the days, they had also parking sensors already, but they are not so well done like on the recent cars. So here maybe you can see those big bumps, or yeah, it's really not that nice. I think today they do it really that it's really hidden and it's barely visible, but on this one you see big bumps. Okay. So something to notice. And one more very interesting thing and feature is actually here. You see this third parking light
Would you just look at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark.
I mean, just look at it.
or the brake light. And nowadays, all the cars have it here, and it's I think mandatory in most of the Western countries to have a big one here. But obviously, the engineers were not planning to have this braking light inside, and this is just added later, and it looks like, I don't know, it really doesn't fit there so much, but still, it's there. Okay, and now what you also can see that this car has a small antenna there. It's very small, tiny. Actually, this one is plastic, so Norev decided to do it plastic. This part itself, it's not so nicely done. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little bit better. It looks plastic and I don't like it so much. But now I think you are also interested what is actually inside of the car. So let's open it. And God, and I will open actually all of the doors so that more light is flowing inside and we will have a better view. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And now maybe to start here really on the exterior, and all the doors have a very nice frame which is very reflective, shiny, and all the chrome trims. Also look at the stripes here. This is a beautiful car, I must admit, and maybe I would like to own this one in my real garage as well, because it's so big, beautiful, luxurious, and of course it has automatic transmission inside. So what else do you want? Yeah, the only thing it doesn't have really in the interior, and now when I focus on the dashboard, there is actually nothing modern, like there are no big screens, there are no head-up displays or something like that. It's simplistic, but I think driving this one would be really amazing. So inside here you have the carpeting, which is great, soft to touch, and then you have those big seats, and these are really well done. And then you have also the interior of here, all the doors. Oh, look at that, look at that. Here it's a little bit, you know, I think they should use a little bit more glue, because oh God, I don't know what's happening with this part, but definitely I would put more glue, but I will not do anything to this model. I will just keep it as I received it. Okay. And inside, also in the back, there are actually no screens anywhere, like, because back in 1997 they had no LCD screens actually. Is that even possible? Yeah, it's just 20 years ago, and such a huge difference. But anyway, look at that. Also, when you check the seats and the seat belts, it's so nice. And maybe one more thing that I wanted to show you. Okay, all the details, but look at that air conditioning. I'm a little bit disappointed here, and do you know why? Again, because it's not perforated, especially in the middle. You see those squares and the stripes, so it should be perforated, but it's not, and it's bothering me. The rest, you can see the nice imitation of wood, so everything is wooden, and also the steering wheel, and now it's connected to the wheels, but it's not turning so much. It's like 5 to 10 degrees only. Okay, that could be a little bit better, because what I'm doing to the wheels, I'm really turning them like, I don't know, 30 degrees with the steering wheel. It's connected, but yeah, barely visible that I'm actually doing something. And then there's also this nice Mercedes-Benz decal. When you're entering the car, you always see it. It's just reminding you what kind of car you own. Yeah, and I'm actually not owning this one in my garage, only the model. Okay, so overall, very nice Norev model, and let me also adjust the camera a little bit. And I think it deserves all the attention. And for all those collectors out there, if you are really interested into luxurious model like I am, and if you are collecting Mercedeses, then there are so many opportunities to get this one in other colors. Like I saw a blue one, I saw a white one, so many of them, but to find a black one to fit your collection, that's a very hard task. And I actually had one, and now I'm the most happiest person in the universe. So thank you for watching, guys, and now I will also review this car, so I will give it a final rating. Thank you for watching, bye bye.